Hello, everybody. We are back. I'm back. I'm back in LA after a lot of travel. I cover a few conferences in Europe, in San Francisco, and there is a few more coming. This is, as a matter of fact, an event and conference coverage session, which is also for my Redefining Society podcast, because we're going to talk about an event that embrace society and technology and the past, the present, and the future. I lately make a joke that when you go to this conference, you kind of have a crystal ball and you see the players that are going to shape the future in technology. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to this event, but I just promised once again to François here on the show that I will make it next year. And I'm talking about Viva Tech in Paris. We spoke before the event, François, and we're going to talk about what happened actually during the event. It was about a month ago, but never late to talk about something successful. So welcome back to the show. It's always great to have you, a French person, an Italian, talking about technology and society with our accents. It's always entertaining. So welcome back, François.
Yeah, hello everyone, and thank you, Marco, for the invitation. I'm so happy and so glad to be with you today.
Always a good time and an opportunity to learn about, like I said, what's going on in the world of technology. So I would love for the people that haven't heard you before, I do encourage to listen to the episode that we recorded before the event. Again, that was about a month ago. But a little bit about yourself, a little bit about Viva Tech, and then we can go into memory lane, even if it's fresh memory, I believe.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity because we had this chat a few weeks ago, and now we are able to discuss about what happened at Viva Tech 2024, and it's a great success. So first of all, what is Viva Tech? Viva Tech, it's a 4-day event in Paris every year. And the purpose of Viva Tech is to bring together at the same table all the stakeholders of innovation from a B2B point of view. So we have thousands of startups, we have tech leaders like Google, Meta, IBM. We have also a lot of corporate sector representative. We have companies like LVMH, Audi, Tesla, Verizon, Abbey, etc. So all of them, they are global leaders in their own field of business in something like 25 business sectors. And we have also public sectors with something like 40 pavilions, national pavilions. So all of them, what they do, and investors, of course, all of them, for 4 days, there's a kind of world expo, about tech, digital startups. And today, Viva Tech, it's the largest event in Europe. So this edition was a great success, and I'm not the one who says that. It's the media and hopefully the attendees and the partners. Just to give you an idea, this year we have welcomed more than 155,000 people coming from 120 countries. So basically, the world of innovation met at Viva Tech, and it was great because everybody was talking about, of course, AI, also sustainabilities. We had thousands of exclusivities in innovation. It was very lively. Sometimes people you together because they don't agree, and I think it's great to have also this kind of debate. And we had the opportunity to have amazing debate with people like Elon Musk, John Kerry, Robin Lee from Baidu. So it was great. Honestly, it was a blast.
I love to hear that. And I remember on our past conversation, the one before, we were talking about the reference to the historical international trade fair, like the famous one in San Francisco, New York, and in Paris as well. There's been where people were just displaying the new technology that at the time could have been maybe Edison with the light bulb, or Tesla with the current. the electricity. And now I get the feeling that at a place like that, the Viva Tech, you have that excitement. And I think the formula for the people that didn't, again, hear the other conversation or that haven't been there, you have a dedicated portion of the conference, of the show, for the B2B, like all the startup and the investors, the business, and then you open for everybody that wants to know what's going on with technology. So I love that formula. Can you tell me a little bit more what happened during those days and what is different? What's the vibe that is different?
Yes, I think it's something we are very proud of because I think it's quite unique. So we are a B2B event, so usually it's just for international buyers. They want to know about how they will make digital transformation of their companies, and you are a startup, you want to meet with investors to get a lot of cash, etc. So this is the case for 3 days. And then on the last day, on the Saturday, we open the doors to general public. So for kids, students, senior people, and everybody, your mother, my father, your brother, etc., your family, etc. And I think it's a very important moment. First of all, for us, it's a commitment because we have the conviction that tech, it's not just for the tech expert, it's for everybody because the life of everyone is impacted by tech. So if we want people to understand, if we want people to be in responsibility and empowered with tech in their life, in their job, in society, in democracies, and also with the environment, we have to make it accessible. Otherwise, they will be scared, they won't understand. So first of all, it's a way to tell everyone, okay, guys, don't be afraid of tech. Come at Viva Tech, see experiences, talk with the startuppers, and then you can make up your mind. So first of all, make it accessible. Secondly, it's a moment very important because a lot of people think that they cannot find a job in tech or in digital. And this is the case very often for, especially for women. We have a big issue with inclusion in tech, but also diversity. And so also these days, Saturday, we open the door to people who usually consider that tech it's not for themselves. So we have something great, especially for women. There is an initiative that is called 100 plus 100. So we have 100 successful business women in tech. So CEO, founders who have proven their ability to run business and their success and who are inspiring. And for one day, they take with them a young girl, a teenager, and they will spend the day all together, going to conferences, meeting people, meeting innovators, startups. And so it's a way, to share the flame and to attract this kind of young people, young talent to tech. So the second very important thing, as I said, it's about HR and talking about job. And the third thing is the fact that we want to adapt the program to a general audience. So for instance, this year, we had a very important focus on gaming with a competition of League of Legends, corporate League of Legends competition, with a lot of streamers at Viva Tech. So I think it's very lively. It's a celebration. We have cosplay and everything. So it's very unusual for a B2B event. But I think everybody like it at the end of the day, especially the tech leaders, because this is the only moment in the year where they have this possibility to discuss with everybody and not just, the people in the Silicon Valley or in incubators, etc. So I like it very much. It's a big challenge for everyone, but I think it's like it's more than the cherry on the cake. It's a big part of the cake, and we are very happy with it.
Yeah, and I love your energy on this, and I love the formula because, as you know, in my show in Redefining Society, I always bring the concept of we cannot just follow the blinking lights and the funny noises, and we can't just do technology. We shouldn't do technology because we can. We need to do it with a purpose. So the only way that you can do this is to actually feel the pulse of society, of the real people that are going to use it. They may be the one to say, why is somebody not inventing this? Why don't we have this? I said that all the time. Every time I need something, I'm like, why somebody doesn't invent it? But then when you put this together and you put diversity, which is very important, you then inspire the younger generation to do the technology, to create the technology that is going to serve us. Talking about that, you mentioned AI, of course. Everybody talks about generative AI and all the important things that are happening in every field from, even just in the healthcare department, the innovation with AI is incredible. Was this at the center of attention as much as you would expect, or your attention was driven towards even other technologies that maybe you didn't think they were going to be so interesting?
I think that what we tried to do, we tried not to only talk about AI itself, because we had the feeling that it had been done for 2 years and it was not exactly the purpose. What we tried to do is to take the 25 business sectors that are represented at Viva Tech and work with them to talk about what AI is changing on their model, on their economy, on their production factories, on their clients, etc. So the question was not AI itself, but concretely, what do we have now? Because I think that at this moment, everybody's talking about AI. Some say that in 24 years we will all live in a like Keanu Reeves in a star.
The Matrix.
Yes, or I prefer the A.N. Banks, the cultural novels, etc. But I think that the question now, it's more to say, okay, guys, stop thinking about the future, but let's have a look now to what is happening in health, in luxury, in smart cities, in GovTech, in transportation, etc. And so let's make action speak louder than word. And I think we tried to have a very neutral approach and saying people, have a look, and then you can make up your mind. And if you are afraid of AI, which I can understand, let's go and let's see this startup, which is called virtuafluent.ai, which is able, thanks to digital twins for drugs, to create a new treatment 5 times cheaper and 5 times shorter than the usual health companies. And then you can say, okay, I understand what is AI. It's not just asking ChatGPT where I should go for my vaccine. David, you see what I mean? Because there we are talking about the true use and the true effectiveness of AI, and it was very, very exciting. And I think also we tried with AI not just to have AI specialists, even if we had people like Dario Almode, Joshua Bengio, or Yann Lequin, etc. But also we tried to cross, the look at this AI things, because we have the feeling that AI is too big to belong only to the tech expert. In France, during World War I, we had a politician, and he used to say, war is too serious just to be left to the army people. See what I mean? And we have the feeling that AI is the same thing. It's great to have tech leaders, but it's also very important to have a political side, the media, because everything is changing. Also the general public, the artists, the sociologists, etc., because it's everyone, and we have the feeling that the more people will be involved at this moment on AI construction and building, the better it will be for everyone. So this is why we have tried to do at Viva Tech. And I think it was a very specific flavor for this year, and we hope for the debates about AI. So open discussion as much as possible, and concrete to avoid fantasies and everything.
Yeah, absolutely agree. First of all, you said it. A lot of people refuse it without even trying it. They're like, no, I don't like it. Well, have you tried it? Do you even understand what you don't like? What you say you don't like? So it's kind of like that situation. And then the idea that is a tool, right? So it's an application. It's a big revolution. It's a huge change in our society. And A, we can't stop it. B, we can't drive it. But we need to know the potential, and we need all, like you said, to be involved. So these events are important. When you walk in there after an entire year, because I know how it works with conferences, you finish, maybe you take a little vacation, but then you start planning for the next year. And I feel when you are finally present through the days of the event, you probably look at things and you have ideas for what's going to happen. Like, what would I like to do? What I would have done better, or would have done different? What did inspire you and your team? What have you learned maybe from this event that maybe you want to apply to the next?
I think that what we have learned is the fact that the more creative we are about content, and the more collaborative, the better for everyone. I give you an example. This year we had a dedicated pavilion that we co-built with a European retailer, which is called Fnac. You don't know them in the US. They are specialized in books, cultural goods. And so we said, at Viva Tech, we have a lot of people, of course, who are crazy about tech, etc. But many of them also are crazy about the tech culture. Many of the speakers have written books, and it would be great to have paper at Viva Tech. And so
I love that.
Yes, the pavilion that we built with them, it was like a kiosk for the speakers to come with their books. And it was possible for them to sign for the people, and it was an amazing success. And I would say it was very emotional. For instance, we had Yann Lequin, from Meta, Yann Lequin. I don't know how you say that in English. The specialist in AI, and so he was here with his books, and we had 1 hour queue for people coming with their book and having the book signed by Yann Lequin, and people talking and saying to him, Yann, with this book, you changed my life. And I think this is what we like at Viva Tech. We want to show that when we are talking about tech, digital, innovation, we are talking about people, the innovators, the end users. And at the end of the day, it is why we create an event, because we want people to meet and to live something special. So this kind of thing, and I will be 100% honest with you, when we started to do that with Fnac, in fact, it was more because we had a place that was empty, and we said, what can we do? It's too late. So and now we say, wow, we have found like an Easter egg, and we want to do it more. And I give you another example. This year, Elon Musk, he wanted to come at Viva Tech, but he couldn't for a very personal and important reason. But he insisted to participate live with a stream. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really like it. It's not good for the people in the audience. And then he said, but what I want to do, I don't want to do a speech or a keynote. I just want for 1 hour to take live questions from the attendants. And so it was a very special place with 4,000 people. We had Elon Musk on a big screen, and when everybody was set, we said, okay, if you want to ask a question to Elon Musk, just get up, queue, and as long as we will have time with him, we will take everybody. And the question was not filtered, so it was completely live. And Elon Musk, you can like it, you can not like it, but what he did for 45 minutes, it was amazing because he answered all the questions. And I can tell you, some of them were very tough. And this is this kind of moment of truth that we like to propose and to provide at Viva Tech, among networking, business leads, etc. But this is something this discussion with Elon Musk, it was something very special, very unique.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish our conversation because we always go there. Like, one reason I love to talk to you and is that you're not just here to promote the event; you're actually passionate about all of it. I mean, I just love it. You gave me two examples that then make me think that they are a way to bring traditional formats like books, for example. You were like, people was bringing their real book. So all the fear of books are going to disappear. Well, I mean, people love the book, right? And then you say, well, Elon couldn't be there, but people would stand up, be present somewhere. Technology brought Elon there, but people were physically together. They were standing up, like if they were in a class or in a conference room, and make the question. So this goes to prove that technology, we can use it. It doesn't mean that it's going to completely change who we are. We can still make the traditional thing, but have other things. And I'll give you my own example. I was at the conference interviewing the CEO of a company, and he's like, you have to try I got this new notebook that it's pretty much a notepad, but it's all electronic, it's digital. And I'm like, why do you like this particular one so much? Say, because it feels like paper, like the pen. So again, yeah, you're like, she liked the idea that she was feeling the paper when she was writing, but she didn't have to bring, a huge book behind. She had all the memories she wanted, all the way to archive it. It was really cool, but it was still connected with who we are. And I think that's the lesson. Maybe we won't find ourselves in the matrix. I hope not. Right?
I hope the same, because otherwise my job would be less interesting, I can tell you.
And I want to eat the real steak. I don't want the pill one.
But if we are in the matrix, I want to be in the same world as you. Please, festival. So it will be fun. But I think this is something what you said a little bit earlier, and this is something very important for us at Viva Tech. We think that there is a new narrative about tech that is emerging. For years, it was just tech and business, innovation and business, and it was great, and it's still great because innovation needs business grow, and business needs innovation to change and to adapt and to be more important. But then we have a third circle that you can call meanings, that you can call sustainability, that you can call impact. And I think it gives much more value to innovation and to business. And this is what we try to do also to highlight at Viva Tech, showing that there are the models that for instance, in the US with the Silicon Valley or in China, etc. But there are many other alternative models, and they are all interesting to at least to review, to know, and maybe to explore. And I think that this three-part new narrative for tech is something that is it's important.
I love it, and I think that we will see more creative way to use technology in the things that we love to do every day, even the stuff that we like to do with our hands, and people can get creative and maybe give opportunity. Remote working, having the possibility to create models on computers. You don't need to be in the same room, but it's also giving opportunity to people to learn all over the world where maybe there is not the big university, and so we can now talk about the whole society. But what I know is that I really enjoy this conversation. I can't wait to meet you in person, I hope next year. And I want to give you 2 minutes for you to kind of like make a call to action for people that are listening to maybe start making plan to come to next year, like I am.
First of all, I'm looking forward to welcoming everyone in June in Viva Tech. And I think that next year, what we try to do, we will try to have more surprises. And I think that with time, maybe the tech sector has lost a little bit of, the dream and the fantasy and maybe the crazy mind that used to be at the very, very beginning. And at Viva Tech this year, I met someone telling me something very interesting that I share with you all, saying that not because tech is just about 1 and 0, that it doesn't mean you cannot have poetry within it. And maybe it's time, and it was about, innovation, business, and impact, for instance, this new narrative. I think that injecting more and maybe again, poetry, not just like poem, like people think blah, 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 but you see what I mean?
A romantic view.
I think it's something that can be interesting. And I used to say that we are not candid, we are optimistic people. And this is something that, enough slideshow, business plan, investor sheets, etc. So let's put a little bit more of poetry because it's good for everyone.
I like that. Well, I'm looking forward to that. And I think it gives me an idea to write a piece maybe about how we can be looking at the future, but retaining our way of being romantic, not in a romantic relationship meaning, but romanticism as music, as art, as painting, and all of that. And you take an Italian and a French to say that.
I think not bad. Not
bad.
French.
No.
Okay.
All right, François, so good to have you. For everybody else, please listen to the prior conversation as well. Listen to these, make your plan for Viva Tech. I would love to see everybody there. And subscribe to my podcast, to the one about covering all the event and Redefining Society. This will be on both channels. So thank you, everybody. Stay tuned. Thank you, François. I will see you next year for sure.
Thank you. I hope so. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.